Hey guys, good afternoon to all of you. How are you? So I got a little comment today, and somebody said, I don't know why you keep calling these people out. They're not even watching, right? And I'm thinking, oh my God, anybody, anybody that would deal with half the attacks that I've dealt with wouldn't even probably be alive to be able to respond to it. Let me handle things. I think I've done pretty well over the last 2 years. I mean, I don't think anybody, literally, very few people on the internet have been attacked as I have. And here I am, continuing to get better, continuing to get smarter, continuing to get stronger. Pretty soon, and this is, I'm just going to put this out there, pretty soon, I'm going to be back in DC, right? Very soon I'm going to be back in DC. I'm going to be back in New York. I'm going to be back in DC. Whenever I'm in Mexico, obviously, half these clowns, I mean, all of these clowns, except for maybe one or two, don't even travel to Mexico. So it's not a big deal. Whenever I'm in Mexico or in LA, they have no idea where I'm at, whatever, whenever I'm in America, they try to intimidate me by posting, like if I post anything, they'll try to post something to try to cause fear, to try to intimidate me, right? But I'm letting them know now, most of these clowns, that pretty soon I'll be back in New York. I'll be back in DC, right? Such as I was in December. And the reason why I do what I do, just so you guys know, is because the main purpose of these losers is to drive you crazy. The main purpose of these losers is to stop you, to put you in such fear that you are in such shame and fear. Why do you think they're posting about their what supposedly their witches told them about me when I was 5 years old? Oh my God, yeah. Your psychics told you so. Yeah, okay. I had an incredible childhood. I really did. And I was very blessed as a kid, and that's the reason why I do what I do. I feel that that not everybody has the opportunities that I had. Not everybody has the blessings that I had. I know, Georgette, right? And a lot of it has to do with corruption. A lot of it has to do with, for example, I grew up in a third world country where my aunts and uncles, precisely, used to have 5 or 6 maids, where they used to spend more money on magazines every week than they paid their maids, and they used to travel to places where certain people could never even dream of. For me, going to Disneyland every year was not a big deal. We just got up and went to Disneyland, from Mexico City. We would travel out of Mexico and fly into Tijuana or San Diego and go to Disneyland, or go, spend the summer or whatever, sometime in California, and go back home. It was no big deal. Most of the kids around me, except for maybe like 5 or 6 or 7, especially because I later moved to a small town, never got to do that. They made it to their 20s or 30s without ever traveling, and all of that has to do with corruption. And it has to do with the mismanagement of resources in our countries. We didn't move to America out of economic need, but a lot of people do. That's the reason why I never, broke my ties with Mexico. And as soon as I had a chance, at 19 years old, I went right back, because I had a great life in Mexico. And that's just how it is, And, but not everybody has that. Not everybody has that great life in Mexico. Not everybody has those opportunities. And if they did, there would be no illegal immigration. There wouldn't be a need for illegal immigration. People would stay in Mexico. So for these clowns to make up that, supposedly some uncle of mine, I don't know who, I only really grew up around one uncle, which was my mom's brother, who is amazing, and who is incredibly intelligent and smart and classy and educated. All the things that these idiots writing this and Oscar could, I mean, whatever. It's not even worth, whatever, But anyway, the reason why I keep confronting it, and the reason why I keep doing what I do, is because their main objective and their main purpose is to drive you crazy. And for example, when I'm in America, they do their best to try to intimidate me. What are you going to intimidate me with? You harass me all day long. They claim serving me. They claim lawsuits. Really, they don't think we have a million screenshots, a million different things saved and everything else that they've done over the years. Like, yeah, what are you going to do? Just try to sue me again? Everybody that's already failed at suing me once, come together and try it again so that you collectively can fail again. So anyway, their main purpose is to stop you. Their main purpose is to intimidate you. And again, the reason why I keep exposing them and the reason why I keep talking about it is because I'm not going to live in fear. I'm not going to live in hiding from what they do. I'm not going to live, in trying to hide what they say about me. I don't care. I'll expose it. I have nothing to hide. If somebody accuses you of something and you're hiding from it, it's most likely because you're guilty of it. And last I checked, I don't know that these people have any access to my childhood at between 5 or 10 years old, or I don't know that that anything they've really said about me is true. And that's why they cut their videos short. They edit them. They do all kinds of things because all they can do is make stuff up. So, again, pretty soon I'll be back in New York. Very soon I'll be back in New York, in DC, and there's nothing they can do about it. And they're gonna try, to intimidate me, and they're gonna try to do. Yeah, it really worked last time. And so anyway, and this time it'll just be that much more fun for a few different reasons. It'll be so much more fun. Yeah, good luck trying to stop me with that. I'll be in DC very soon. As you know, I'm running for Congress. I'm running for Congress now. Whatever happens, you guys have seen people run for Congress and keep on running and never winning, or running once and never trying it again, such as we saw with Anthony Owedo in El Paso, because it was just so embarrassing. He really had no idea what he was doing at all. I'm not even talking about fundraising because some people can't fundraise all that much, but at least they know what they're doing, right? This guy had no idea about anything. He had no idea about fundraising. He had no idea about anything. He had a debate, and they asked him why he supported the Second Amendment, and he said because it shall not be infringed upon, and that was his answer. Talk about embarrassing. The guy had really no idea. He's probably never even read the U.S. Constitution. He's probably never even opened up a book and seen who the founding fathers are. He hardly even knows what the Bill of Rights really are. And so it was just so embarrassing for him. He did it all based on the fact that he had a huge or not huge, but he had a big following on the internet. Oh yeah, okay, that really helped you. No, guys, I'm in this for life. I'm in this for life. I don't want to make a clown of myself when I make it to DC. I definitely don't want to be called a radical clown when I get there. I know that I've made mistakes as far as my activist life or whatever, because I don't call them mistakes. I'm politically they can be mistakes politically, but as far as me, I'm not ashamed of who I am. Who I am and what I've done and what I've experienced is what has made my character and my personality and what's made me the person that I am. So I'm definitely not ashamed. As far as politically, sometimes it does look bad, only because people feel that a politician or an elected official has to look a certain way, has to act a certain way, and and that's exactly where they go wrong. Somebody, not to say that this ended bad or anything, but somebody criticized the way I was dressed this morning around my house. Oh my God, really? Really, do you even know what these politicians really do while you're not looking, and you're going to criticize me for wearing this, cute bodysuit? Do you really have any idea what these politicians that are, or wannabe or whatever politicians are really doing while you're not looking, but yet looking all pretty on a picture, but they got one of the most horrible past or even sometimes current lives, don't go by appearances, guys. Go by somebody's brain more than anything. Again, I got a comment today about the way that I'm dressed, and it's weird because it's never really been an issue for me, at least not with my political pages or anything. And the one day that I'm doing my hair, doing a video, and I just happen to be wearing a bodysuit, I get comments about it. Again, you got to be ready for all of this. I'm not in any hurry. I mean, I am in a hurry only because I know that America's in trouble. I am in a hurry only because I know that the world is in trouble and America is in trouble. And that would be honestly my main concern as far as timing. But as far as me, I would want to be as prepared, as knowledgeable, as everything I could be because serving in government and serving the people is not something that should be taken lightly, especially at a DC level, especially the greatest country in the world, and basically at a federal level, and so anyway, I know that there's people that have made it to Congress and they've accomplished nothing, on both sides. They either sit there forever and stay quiet and do nothing, or they're very vocal and have made absolute clowns of themselves, and not only that, but accomplished nothing. And that's what really matters, I've been very, I was basically born in all of this on social media, and everything I've done has been through social media. So naturally I should, that's how I should just handle it, through social media, through following, through this, through that. But no, I want more than that. I see people that have real potential and that have made it to Congress, that started off with 70 followers, that made it to Congress with 70 followers, some that will make it to Congress with barely any followers, because social media, even though it may be a huge aspect in politics now, it may be a huge aspect of politics nowadays, it's not everything. And yeah, I have a big following or whatever, but it's not through social media that I want to do everything in my life. I think we had politics before social media. You have people with huge followings that just can't win elections. They can fundraise, but they can't win elections. And what I'm interested in is really making a difference and really being involved in the writing and passing of laws. But we're not going to be able to do that. Nobody's able to do that from social media. You got to be ready for that. That's why you got to have lawyers and doctors and business professionals and people who really know what they're doing, not just someone who has a big following on social media make it to Congress. You see what I mean? It's great that we can, as Congress people, you can vote and whatever, and you get all kinds of training, and you have your chief of staff, and you have, people that work for you and whatever else. I get all that. But the more experience that you really have, the bigger of a change, of a difference that you can actually make. It's not just about showing up and being there and making a name for yourself. I don't feel it is anyway. Like I said, I'm not that much of I'm in a hurry only because I know that we have so much going on in the world, that timing is kind of important now. But my main thing has always been to be ready and to do things as best as possible, you know. So anyway, don't worry about the haters. You have to remember to consider the source. Most people are stupid just to be stupid. Yeah, stupid to be stupid. That's funny. Yeah, so anyway, again, the reason why I keep exposing it, watch this, because as soon as I, you know, it sounds weird that I just keep on exposing and exposing, but as soon as I start moving, they go crazy and they start threatening me and they start showing up. It's not just social media, they actually show up. However, next time when I'm in DC, I'd like to see you try to intimidate me or show up or try to, you know, interfere with anything that I do, because you're not going to be able to. And that anyone that comes at me and anyone that thinks that they have you have so much on you. You have committed a major hate crime against me over the last 3 years. There's so much evidence against you. I don't care how many videos I've made. I don't care how many times I've exposed you. I don't care what you've compiled. I don't care how many videos you have of me calling you out. There's a big difference between freedom of speech and what you've done, which is a crime, which is perjury, which is you know, a conspiracy to basically commit a crime with a bunch of a few other people. And anyway, I will continue to expose it whenever I feel like it, because exposing it, in the beginning, I couldn't really expose it all that much because I was super busy with school and everything else when this all started happening. Now, by exposing it, I'm going to tell you a few things that have happened. Not only have I made them lose most of their credibility, I have also, by calling it out on one of my viral videos, I was able to get attention from the media, who was able to expose, for example, Oscar L. Blue. He was exposed nationally for crossing illegally into America, and he hasn't crossed again. Was it worth it to come out and attack me? Probably not, Oscar. I think you lost a lot more in the end. I went back to the Chaparral area in Tijuana, and he got so jealous that I was out there doing videos and going viral once again, that he went over there and told the migrants who I was to try to put me in danger. Well, he did. He actually did put me in danger. But guess what? While I was in danger, while I was getting assaulted by about 70 migrants, I called out his name. And by calling out, because I knew he was behind it, so by calling out his name, guess what? I got national attention from the media. And guess what happened? He ended up on MSNBC getting exposed for being a criminal who illegally crossed into America 2 years ago. So it does work when you start calling people out and you start calling out the truth. Also, another thing that happened is that by calling it out, I had a man that had been committing crimes against me for the last 5 years, but turns out I was not the only one. Turns out he was doing it to not only me, but another person and other people as well. Unless you call it out, guys, you suffer in silence and nobody knows what you're going through. I called it out. Before I knew it, I was getting contacted by the other victims, okay? And because now we've been combating this together, this person is going to really end up paying for everything he's done. So it is worth it to call it out. You never know who's watching you. I mean, little did I know last year that the mainstream media was watching me. I mean, they're always watching, but I'm saying, you know, that moment specifically, they were watching me getting assaulted by the migrants, because I went there once, nothing happened. I went there twice, nothing happened. But Oscar got so jealous that I was there, right, Christian? And he got so jealous that I was going viral again. The videos were getting thousands of views again, that he went over there and he threatened me. He even posted it on his hate pages that he was going to go tell them that I was some radical Trump activist. So he went over there and he told them that I was some radical Trump activist and had me assaulted. And while he was having me assaulted and you know, some guy was putting me into his car so that I wouldn't get killed, I called out his name and I exposed him. And anyway, ever since, he hasn't crossed into America again because he wasn't doing it legally. And if he was, why don't you do it again? Why don't you go live from In-N-Out? You've been lying to people, telling them you've been in In-N-Out recently. Oh my God, I feel so sorry for this guy. But it all happened, you know. But again, I gave him the chance to delete the videos, to apologize, and to move on. And so, like, Jerry Gomez said the other day, Oscar does his own damage. He really does. He really does. He does his own damage, you know? It would have been as simple as not messing with me 3 years ago. And then even after he did, taking the videos down, apologizing, and telling the truth and moving on. But he chose not to do that. And because he chose not to do that, he continues to face the consequences of everything he's done. Now he's facing charges in Mexico for filing fake police reports and lying to the authorities. That's a big deal because he refused to, do what was right and take responsibility. And he keeps on thinking that he's too, that he's above any consequences and that he is above anything happening to him. And that is completely wrong. Whenever we do something in life, we end up paying for it. He didn't learn that the first time when he went to prison, and obviously he still hasn't learned it yet. So anyway, just wanted to share with you why it is that I keep on exposing it. I mean, yeah, I'm filling this page with drama. As you know, my other page has none of this. But in the end, by continuing to expose it, not only have I gotten stuff on the national news, and I mean, I couldn't have paid for someone to put together a better piece of him. I mean, that would have cost me, what, $1 million? I mean, this is like, yeah, I mean, think about it, when somebody like thinking about it politically, or as like in a campaign type of way, how much would it would it, like, say he's not, because he's a loser, he's a Mexican thug, but I'm just saying, if he was my opponent, say he was my political opponent, right? And I wanted to do a hit piece on him like that on MSNBC, how much would it cost me? What, like $2 million? And I got it for free, because I, on one of my videos, I called him out completely free, thank you, MSNBC. Thank you, Ms. Jean Guerrero. And so anyway, completely free, whatever. And it ruined his life, to be honest with you. So anyway, he should have apologized. He should have taken down the videos. He should have told the truth. Now, because again, now he refused to do that. Now he has criminal, not yet, but he's going to have criminal charges on him for filing fake police reports. And, and again, also by calling it out, I was able to come in contact with a person who has also been a victim of these people for a few years that I would have never connected with if I stayed quiet. Never stay quiet, okay? Never stay quiet. And unless you have something major to hide, unless you have this horrible past that you don't want to face, that is actually true, then go ahead and avoid it and have your campaign people, all around you or whatever. I don't have anything to hide. Okay, bye guys, love you all, bye.